Hey folks, Jonathan here. Alright, so here's our boiler that we're working on. We're going to take the pipes off and try to get everything ready to move this thing. My son's here to help me. We're going to try and start dropping all these pipes to the ground. And hopefully we can get that done today. Alright, so we're getting rolling on it. Whistles, of course, don't go with it, but love to have them. A lot of money in whistles there. We got the pipe cut for them, and we're trying to get all the other pipes off. We got the injector pipe off for the steam. There's the input into the boiler for the injector. Somebody up there on top of the boiler. And we're starting to take pipes off and cut pipes. We got to cut some of them, and some of them we're just going to take loose. And then we're going to lower these things down with a rope. Let's get at it. Alright folks, so we officially have the boiler separated from all the pipes. We did have to cut the big 4-inch because I didn't have anything to take the coupler loose with. I forgot my chain pipe wrench. But we're going to lose a little piece of a nipple, which is not a big deal. So that's done. So now we're going to start lowering these pipes down here, cutting them and lowering them with a rope, and then you know, take them apart or whatever we need to do to be able to haul them. So, but the boiler is isolated. We got to do the stacks yet. He said 2 stacks because if you only ran one when you open the fire blocks, for some reason it would not pull a draft enough and fire would come out. But this has been inspected. Not real current, but I mean a couple years. So shouldn't have any trouble getting it re-inspected. You know, they got a history on it. And he stored it well. As you can see, the hand holes are out, the top holes are out, and he put rags in them. And what these rags do is they work like a wick. So any water that's in the boiler, gets in the boiler, it'll actually wick it out. So there was one in that hole. I can see it laying there, but they definitely done a good job, knew what they were doing when they done it. Now, I think what I'm going to do is build a trailer that'll sit up underneath of these legs that stick out with the axle back here, and get it out of here, and then pick the other end up with the wrecker and try to haul this thing. So I'm going to do it myself. I don't want to put this on a rollback because I got a feeling that it's definitely a heavy unit. And I don't think it would be a good idea. So. What you doing up there?
I don't know.
Roping?
Time.
I didn't know you done roping.
I'm just doing stuff.
Just stuff. Alright, so he's going to tie it off, then we're going to cut the hangers. And then he'll be on one end and I'll be on the other. We've already got this end hanging with rope. And come down, and it's actually tied off here on the pole. So we'll be letting these pipes down in just a minute. Alright folks, we got all the pipes down, loaded up. Now there's some exhaust going through the roof, but we're not going to take it. It just leave holes in the roof, so we've got all the pressure line and cut it off from the boiler here. So I'm going to figure out how I'm going to move the boiler. It's not, you know, crazy heavy, but I mean it's probably we're going to guess, you know, somewhere between 12 and 14,000 pounds at least, maybe a little heavier. So we got 2 pressure relief valves on top, and then they should be fine for the ride. And we got a 13-2 bridge to go under, so we got to make sure we don't go too tall with it, because I mean it's a pretty tall boiler to start with. Let me see, we'll have to build it up just like he's got it, because it's got to have a ash clean out underneath, and it draws the air from the bottom right here, comes up through what are called herringbone grates, which are them grates. And there's 2 broke, but I happen to have 2 that come out of the swamp from the Bates cordless engine. So, and they're the same length, 6 foot. I believe, I don't know, mine are 6 and these may be 5. So we may have to shorten them, but that's okay. We can work with it either way. So we should be good to go to move this thing shortly. Now, the stacks, like I said, we got them off. That was a pretty big deal. You get up there and take the entire stack off, and it was about, well, a good ways above the roof. So, thankfully my son's with me. My back's not feeling the best today. So that part's done, and we can load these pipes up and take them with us. And let me see, here's our inspection tag, Boiler Safety Bureau, and we got a number here that we can reference to. So it should be fine. So that should do it. Taking a little break here. Nice sawmill. He used to run this on steam, and used to run everything here on steam. So he had what, 1, 2, 3, 4 engines set up, steam engines, and now he's running the edger on electric and running the sawmill on that 471 Detroit, and he's got a flywheel there to help it out, and pretty nice setup. So anyway, we're going to figure out how we're going to move this boiler, and I'll show you as we go. All right. Okay, folks, back from getting rained on here. Back from tearing down the boiler, getting it ready to move. I want to show you a few things. 1.5 horse, 10 horse. Both of these are Sears and Roebuck. This is a 4 horse, also a Sears and Roebuck. So we're missing 4 engines. So we got the 1.5, and we got the 4, and we got the 10. There's 2 of them between the 1.5 and 4, and there's 2 of them between the 4 and the 10 horse. And we're missing all of them. I picked this engine up from the same guy that I got the boiler from. I got the engine. I got a boiler for this engine that was actually with it, and an injector for it. I've got another injector for the boiler, the 25 horse boiler that I've worked on, and I got the Penberthy injector for the boiler that you've seen in the video coming down. So this is a really nice engine, been completely redone. Had a plastic over it on the back of the truck because we've been fighting rain, and just got back with it, got it unloaded, got it here on the concrete to where it at least have a roof over its head, the Bates Motel. So anyway, was glad to get it. I'd love to find the other 4 to go in between it. I know where there's 2 8 horses at. One of them's in a museum, the Wireless and Steam Museum, and one of them a guy that I know has, but I don't think either one of them are obtainable. Well, I know the one in the museum ain't, or is not, but the other one I'm sure it's not either. So anyway, I'll show you the boiler that came with this. Okay, here's the boiler. This is a 1926 model and made by Kalamazoo Boiler Company. Now all of this, the Sears engine was made in Kalamazoo. This has got a base, the door there, it's got some nice grates in it. I've got all the Trikoffs, a small Penberthy injector for this one, all the valves, everything. And this is a lap steam boiler, so as you can see. But believe it or not, this thing was tested not that long ago by the state, and actually was certified for 100 psi. Now, I personally would never run 100 psi in it. I just can't bring myself to do that on a boiler that is a lap steam, and you know, this old. You know, I would run a 40-50 psi, but I am going to fire this boiler, but I am going to hydro test it myself first, and I'll hydro test it up to 150 psi, and if it passes the hydro test, then we'll probably pipe it up and fire it, and run the little engines on it anyway, and be nice for making ice cream. So alright, so I got it in the out of the weather also, and I've got a whole load of stuff on the rollback I've got to get off, and we will go pick up the boiler soon, and that'll be part 2 of the video. and you know, I'm going to move it myself. So, and I'm not putting it on the rollback. Like I said, it's just too heavy for that. So we're going to go about it a different way. So, all right, appreciate everybody watching. Till next time, bye.